Gets it. I think we'll be starting exactly at, let's see the numbers. Then we'll be starting. Karibuni sana, welcome everybody. You can invite your friends to join in. We'll be starting in about 3 to 5 minutes time. Karibu sana Felix, karibu Alvin, karibu sana Fatma, welcome Meshack, welcome Dennis, Getich, karibu sana, Janet, karibu, Korea tunakuona, karibu sana. So we'll be starting in a few. Karibu Ann. Karibu Justin, Mwana Hamisi, karibu sana. Brilliant, welcome. We'll be starting in the next 1 or 2 minutes. Karibu sana Roy. Welcome to the webinar. Awesome. So, okay, awesome. So we are starting in a few. Anna Maureen. So I need to stop. All right, Evans, I believe you're ready.
Yes, Patrick, you can proceed.
Are we ready? Good. So, Lewis, karibu sana pamoja na Mark. Karibuni sana. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome to CloudForceSky webinar. This is our webinar, one that we have every Wednesday. Our webinar is structured in such a way that we have days that we do learnings, where we learn different skills, different techniques. And then there are those days that we also do webinars in terms of solving challenges, some weekly challenges that we do as members of CloudForce. So if you are new here and you don't know who we are CloudForceSky. We are a community of cloud enthusiasts, people that have come together to learn more about the cloud, to learn while we build. So we learn through sessions such as these ones, where we have our webinars, we have speakers coming to talk to us about different things. And today's topic is very, very interesting, especially for us in the field of IT. We know that there are different areas where we get employment from. There are those guys who are employed in the mainstream, and then there are those guys who are employed in freelancing. So today we are going to learn about how to optimize our profiles or our accounts for cloud computing jobs. You understand that we have different cloud computing we have different freelancing platforms, and a week ago, or is it no, 2 weeks ago, we had a very interesting training on the same. But now this time, our speaker then, Janet, walked us through how to optimize our Fiverr accounts. If you missed on that session, feel free to go to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube is CloudForce. I believe that CloudForceSky. I believe that the link will be shared on the chat, and then you'll be able to catch up with that training and go to your Fiverr account and optimize and start getting those freelancing gigs. Now, without further ado, as others continue to join us, we are going to get starting. And today we are really, really privileged to have with us Meshack Cheruiyot, who will be taking us through optimizing our Upwork accounts for cloud computing jobs. Now, a little bit about Meshack. He will tell us more about himself, but just an overview of who he is. Meshack is a freelancer, a top-notch freelancer, specialized in Upwork. Actually, he most of his freelancing he does it via Upwork. So he is actually a subject area expert who will now be able to tell us also how to become good in that platform. So get your notebooks ready, get your minds ready and everything, and then you'll be able to learn from him. He is also an AWS Restart Curriculum Instructor. And so we believe that he's going to tell us more about that also. And so I don't think that I have any more to say about that, apart from asking Meshack if he is ready. Meshack, are you on the call?
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you.
Yes.
I hope you're doing well.
Kabisa. So we are ready for you if you are ready. Meshack, you're on mute.
Okay, fine. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Please proceed.
Yes.
Proceed.
Okay, fine. So, thank you, Patrick, for the invitation. I appreciate. I was here the last time. I think the last time we met is when I took you.
You've broken. Hello, Meshack. Okay, give it a minute. Meshack will be joining us back.
Okay, sorry. I think I did a mistake here.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
I just closed a tab.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I'll be taking you through Upwork, optimizing your profile for cloud computing roles. I believe majority of you, the Skyforce team, are cloud practitioners, AWS cloud practitioners. So my name is Meshack Cheruiyot. I am a freelancer as well as an AWS trainer. So an AWS cloud trainer. Perfect. So I'd like to take you briefly about Upwork. Okay. Upwork is one of the biggest platforms for freelancers. I can say it is actually the biggest platform when you look at the yearly turnovers. In a year, Upwork clients spends up to $4 billion US dollars. That is according to their statistics. When you look at Fiverr, is another platform that is that accommodates many freelancers, and their yearly turnover is about 1.7 billion according to their papers. So the two platforms contributes to more than 70% of all freelancing jobs that are posted online. So basically, they are the biggest platforms. Upwork being one of the biggest platforms, its business model is slightly different with what we have with Fiverr. You realize lately, Fiverr, you don't even apply for jobs. You wait for client to inbox you. That means for you to be successful on that platform, you need to optimize your profile, your gigs, for you to get at least a gig or some work to do. When it comes to Upwork, you have to actively bid for projects. But more than 50% of all the jobs that are posted on Upwork are invites only. That means you have to be invited for 50% of the jobs that you'll ever do on Upwork. 50% is invitation. The rest is you compete with other freelancers by applying for them. Even invites only, you still have to write a proposal. You need to still talk to the client, asking them to hire you for the job that has been posted. So that is that takes us to how do you optimize your profile? How do you build your profile so that you get noticed by the clients? So I'll be taking you through some of the technical components of the platform. We look at how the platform is structured. We look at the algorithm that is used by the platform to rank freelancers, and how you post jobs, or how clients sees you from their end. So because we only have 40 minutes, I'll request that those who have questions, you can ask your questions maybe in the chat box, and then Patrick and the team will record, and then I address them after 30 minutes. Perfect. So I'd like us to look at Upwork in this way. Let me share. I'll not be able to turn on my video. No, it is very late. So do you see my screen? I hope you can see my screen. Let me remove this. Okay, thank you. You can actually unmute and tell me.
Yeah. Yes. The screen is visible.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So this is an account of a client. This is an account of our client. We discussed last time and we said the most important person here is the client. It is not always you. It is not always your needs. It is always the needs of the client that you have to focus on. Are you solving problems? Are you solving problem that the client is facing? Basically, this is someone who has faced a challenge, especially if you are a cloud practitioner, specific roles, specific work that maybe the clients got stuck in, including simple things like enlarging an EC2 instance. So the EC2 instance is not working well, and so you need to give those suggestions and so forth. Are you in a position to solve those problems? That is what is going to drive you in the platform. Are you in a position to solve problems that are faced by the client? So I want to take you through this, how the client look for freelancers. These clients usually come to Upwork to look for solutions, and therefore they don't have a formula or a specific standard way of looking for freelancers to help them solve their problems. So they come using any terminology that they can think of. Remember, there are so many keywords that you've used in your profile. When you're creating your profile, there's the title, there's the summary, there's the description, and so forth. So clients usually join the platform, create an account quickly. They do it very quickly, and they search for freelancer to help them solve a problem. They just using their own words, okay, words that maybe describe their problem, they best understand, and so forth. So Patrick, you can write for me the questions and then I'll address them. So assuming we want to look for somebody to assist us in solving a problem with, let's say, EC2 instance. So you can have, or the client will just come here and write EC2, AWS EC2 instance, or problem with EC2 instance. Now, the people that you see here are freelancers. I have started using the terms AWS EC2 instance. So I have a challenge with my EC2 instance. I have a problem that I need to be assisted with my EC2 instance. Or I can actually write here problem with EC2 instance and so forth. As I said, clients will always come here. They don't want to use these professional terminologies. They just come here and write their problems, and they are using whichever sentences that they can think of. So when they write like AWS EC2 instance, you will see a list. So this is a client. A client will be able to see a list of many freelancers, or we call them talents. When we browse through them, there is something that you'll notice is that they have optimized their profiles. We have Manisankar D, AWS Professional Certified, and then it specifies what specialties are. You come to the other one. This is cPanel, AWS EC2 instance. We come to AWS DevOps. We come to software engineer, cloud engineer. When you look at this guy, for example, there is no title about EC2 instance. There is no title about AWS, but he ranks number. This guy ranks number 1, 2, 3, 4. So this guy ranks position 4 when you search. When we go to the other one, Dawn, AWS Certified Solution Architect. So this one ranks position 5. Now we want to look at some of the features of each of these talents. The first one, there is something here that is mentioned by Upwork, 27 jobs found that matches your search. These are jobs that have been posted before, or jobs that this client has done, this freelancer has done. When you come to this one, it is 38. And when you look at it, This is more than this, but still you'll find this guy coming at the top. There's something else that you can check. For example, I can open and we look at this guy. When we look at this guy, there's something here. Likely to be hired soon. This is statistics that are given by Upwork. He was recently invited 97 times. But let's look at the profile of this guy. He's listed the roles that he can perform. And just look at the profile. It is not one of the best anyway. When you look at it, the description and so forth, it just listed the jobs that he can do and then the certification that he has. But then, well, let's look at this section here. This listed only 1 degree. Yeah. You can also take your time and look at the year or when did this person join the platform. But that one is not necessary for the client. Client is interested in getting the solution to the problem that they are facing. So let's discuss what do we need to have. I was just giving you an overview. And then we discuss what do we need to have an effective Upwork profile. The first thing that we need to check is the profile picture. How is our profile photo? Do we have a professional profile picture in our accounts? You look at this one, for example, this is it is not bad, it is okay. But then they advise you that you try at least to smile. You don't smile ikwe kubwa. You just smile a bit. You look somebody who is eager, somebody who is just have a compelling picture, not too professional. At the same time, you don't look too casual. So that is the first thing, because any other time a client searches for a freelancer to do their job, they usually see your profile. They see your job success score. They look at your location and the title and 2 sentences like this. So you actually the first 2 lines. So if you're using a phone, maximally it will be 1.5 sentence of what you've written. So this is basically what they see. They can see your profile photo, your name, the location, which is the country, and then the summary of your profile, AWS Professional Certified for this case, and these 2 first lines. So these are the most important areas that you need to work on so that you get noticed. The first thing here, before you get hired, is to be noticed by the client. You get noticed today, tomorrow, and the 3rd day you get hired. The more you get noticed by the client, again, the more you rank higher. You receive more invitations than others. But there are more other algorithms that Upwork used to rank, which we actually don't know. Even calculations of job success score, we don't know them. But at least you can guess some of the things that they use. They use the best matches, which profile best matches the keywords that you've used. So we discussed the keywords last time, and I think it is still important that you become very careful on how you choose your keywords. Something else is to write a compelling title. That is a title that best summarizes what you do. There was a time that everybody will be writing expert, professional, what rockstar, virtual assistant, and so forth. But let's look at these few profiles here. The ones that have been ranked based on our keyword here. When you look at the first one, at least there is the word professional, but it doesn't start the sentence. So AWS starts the sentence. At least this guy will appear when I search for AWS. Clients don't, most of the time, they don't use the words expert, AWS EC2 instance, freelancer or expert, content writer. They don't use those words. And therefore, of course, there is no problem when you use, but try to work around so that you don't have them appearing as the first words in your tagline or your professional summary. Okay, fine. I wanted us to look at the titles that this guy gave himself. So the first one, AWS Professional Certified. Let's go to the second one. The second one, there is nothing like professional. You can see it is written cPanel, AWS, EC2 instance. There is nothing called expert. I think majority of us, we are obsessed with using the words like expert or hardworking, discipline, I don't know, and professional. When you come here, this guy used AWS DevOps, AWS consultant, cloud migration, software developer, AWS certified solution architect. This one again was too general, but still attracts clients. In fact, this is a very nice example. This guy have solution architect certificate. When you open, let's look if he has more professional experiences. There is one here, education, and then what else? Which are the things does he have? Let me open the profile in a new window so that we can see. So we can look at this client. Tuangalie tu kidogo. We can come here and look at the certification that he has. He only have one certification, and he did that certification in August. It was issued on August 2022, and there is verification link. And then we look at the experience and so forth here. But this guy ranks high. And when you look at the jobs that he's done recently, this is May, and this is the job he did in May for 2 hours. And then this is October 2022. This is September 2022. But he has more jobs in progress. When you look closely, let's look at the time that this guy joined the platform. There are so many things that you look here. You can have a freelancer who joined the platform 2015 and has made, for this guy, he's made over 20 million Kenya shillings. This is 200,000 US dollars. So you can have a guy who earned 20 million and joined the platform 2015, and then we have a guy who joined the platform in less than a year and has earned 20 million. So you can also check. Let's check just for our own good as freelancers. These are jobs that are running for this guy. This is June, and this is April. The other one is March, January, and November last year. When look at this, this is 2020. Probably this guy joined 2020. When I look at it, oh yeah, there's 2019. And when you look at this job, okay, this is over 20 million in one job, okay? Long-term AWS management and support specialists. Advantage of working again with Upwork is that you can get a long-term engagement and you'll always be getting jobs. It is like a full-time job. Anyway, let's continue and check on where was it? Yeah. So he said, be mindful on the title that you use. You look at this guy is cloud and DevOps consultant. How do you write your title? Do you start with professional, expert in, or what? It is I can say that way is now old. You just have, if you want to optimize your profile to rank high, you have to go directly. If you are a professional guy in Terraform, just go and say Terraform professional. Just exchange, and it will at least going to run you higher. Now, another thing is don't overlook at the at your history, education history, and the work history. Don't just overlook it and just wait to get your first job in the platform. After all, when you do a job for a client in Upwork, you are not supposed to publish. It is going to work against you. You are not supposed to publish in Upwork unless you ask the client. You just tell the client to rate you, and that is fine. And you don't need to go and tell the client that I want you to give me a 5-star or allow me to publish this work and so forth. No, you don't need to. So you just have to do your work. When it comes to work history, we advise you, or we have advised you before, that at least write work history there. Even if you're sure you've never done work anywhere, just have some few to lie to the client, so long as you know what you're doing and so forth. So yes, somebody anauliza angetaka kuona Kenyan profiles. No problem, I'll still show you that. You can change the location. Yeah, so as I said, don't overlook the work history. Go to that section. It is again going to improve on your ranking. It is going to improve on your optimization. So go to your skill sets there. If you're focusing on EC2 instance, for example, just you're dealing with the EC2 instance alone, go to your work history there and you focus on that area alone. Give even 3 experiences, even if you know you there is no, okay, you've not worked in those companies. You're not lying, actually, you're just acting smart. So that you improve on your profile. You have to improve on your profile if you have to really make it. So go to your experiences, write the first instance, the first work history, it is EC2 instance. The second work history, you are dealing with EC2 instance. The third history, you're doing with something that is related to EC2 instance. Make sure you describe those sections. You don't just have a work history where you're listing the work that you've been doing without describing it. Be detailed as possible. Remember to utilize again the keywords that will improve your profile. Remember, search engine optimization basically works with the keywords. Which keywords are you using? If possible, show your projects. I'm sure CloudForce, you've done a lot of projects so far related to AWS cloud computing. I'm sure you've done a lot of projects. List those projects. Don't just do projects there and you leave it there. List those projects in your profile. Again, make sure you describe the title very well and should be related to the work that you're doing. There's something else that is important is when you're writing your profile, you don't need to post every other skill that you have. Yeah, you have a lot of skills in software development. You have skills in web development. You have skills in what else? And many other things. Don't just post all of them in the same profile. Just have your profile. Maybe you can have them in your specialized profile, but you can focus on a few areas. Don't do all of them. Again, if you decide today to do AWS cloud computing services alone, focus on that area. Emphasis on the skills that supports your profile. Skills that supports your profile. Don't go outside. If you are a web developer, I know some of you maybe are not cloud enthusiasts. If you are doing web development, for example, web development, or you just say web developer, what is that? It doesn't work well with the client. You need to specify, and you say front-end developer or full stack or backend developer and so forth. Those are the keywords that you need to use. So clients usually use full stack or front-end. They don't use web developer. Okay, that is outdated. If a client wants somebody who can do web development in WordPress, they search WordPress instead of web developer and so forth. So you need to be intentional with the basis of the keywords that you use. Now, when the client is posting for a job, let me post a job here. So I'll click on all job post here. Let me reuse this. We'll use this. So what is the title of my job post? As I told you, clients usually write their problem as they are. They don't mind about the professional terminologies that they use. Configure security for my AWS EC2 instance. Then let's say the job category will be on DevOps engineering or cloud engineering, for example. We'll match you with the candidates that specialize in cloud engineering. As I told you, this is what Upwork will be doing. It is always going to match whatever. When you post a job, they have to give you suggestions. Now, yes. Okay, fine. Sorry. Okay, fine. So you will select the category here, but this one doesn't matter a lot. In the end, what will matter is the skills. The skills will determine whether you'll rank or not. So I'll go to the skills here. Upwork will suggest, because they basically know that the client somehow don't even know the skills required and so forth. They just have a problem with the EC2 instance. So sometimes the client doesn't know the skills, so you get suggestions of the skills. So I'll come here and I'll add maybe EC2 instance, this, and maybe I add even this. Now, in these skills, as a freelancer, you need to use these skills to build your profile. So as you build your profile, make sure the skills related to the job that you intend to do matches your job. So when you go to, let's say you have my profile here, and I'm searching for, sorry, I need to turn the freelance profile. Let me just finish this, and then I'll take you through that. Now, after selecting the skills, this one is what will be used by the platform to give you profiles of freelancers that matches your problem, that can solve your problem. So they'll always be using these skills, because you're looking for somebody to solve a problem, and the problem is solved using the skills. So and the next thing is to give the scope, and this one doesn't have a lot of things. So I can say not at this time, and then I say next budget. Let me run here, kuna no problem, and then I say next is the description. I'm reusing a previous post, and then I say review. I say review, and then I look at it and say professional needed. Do I need many freelancers or not? Now, when you post, or when you see a job post, there are some of the things that you see attached to that post. They ask you screening questions. These screening questions are very important. When you're bidding, you should give a lot of attentions. Don't just answer them as you run. After posting a job, as a client, when I'm receiving proposals from freelancers, suitable freelancers, usually the first thing that I will be seeing is this: how you've answered the screening questions before even platforms gives me the content of your proposal. First thing I will be shown is, have you answered the screening question? So maybe, for example, I can have a very simple screening question. What is your, how many years of experience? How many years of course, these are not the questions that you should be, or clients usually ask. They ask you specific questions related to the problem at hand. So how many years of experience do you have? With EC2 instance? Then I save. So I have one question there. Then I post this job. Congratulations, your job post is now live. Let's give it time. Invite more talent, send extra invites. Now they have introduced this where you have to pay to invite talents and so forth, but I'm not interested in inviting, so I don't pay. So I say no. Then I come here and see. Before, of course, I have posted my job. Freelancers are applying, but they prefer me to invite freelancers. So they have given me so many freelancers to invite. Now, when you come here and look on it closely, the freelancers are ranked based on their skills. Let's look at this. This guy has 15 relevant skills to my job. 15 relevant skills, and it is listed here, top 1%, top 1%, and everything is written here. These are the skills that rank this guy high. When we come to the second one and we look at it closely, again, this one has about 15 relevant skills, but there's something that stood out with this guy than this lady. So when we look at it here, let's go. Which skills come first? Here, we can see Amazon S3, Amazon Web Services, Amazon EC2 instance, DevOps and solutions. I can see they are almost the same. Yeah, I can see they are almost the same. But we look at it, we look at what made this different. But then we'll be able to, let me open this and I see what is going on. Let me open this and we look at this guy. It comes from India and so forth, has earned good money, about 10 million in Kenyan shillings and so forth. We look at the skills here. He has only one certification in English proficiency. There is nothing, no certification with AWS or cloud computing and so forth. Personal web development, experience and so forth. But let's look at the profile here. Let's look at his profile here. We look at I'm a solution architect with 9 years of software development experience. I'm aware of the phases of software development, starting from design to production and so forth. Then we come here and we look closely at what they have written here, listed as the services that is good in. But I think what stood out with this guy, I think, is the jobs that is done related to EC2 instance. We look at another one, is Natasha. Natasha is also from, this one is from India, this is from Pakistan. Another thing to show you that freelancers are not ranked based on region, and unless I'm very specific when I'm posting my job. It is not the first thing that Upwork looks at, your region and so forth. It is just you are ranked based on your skills. Again, this guy is from Ukraine, and then has earned $295 on Amazon RDS projects and so forth. Then let's go to proposals. Let me refresh this and let's look at if I have received any proposal. So far, I have not received any proposal. I believe they are on the way coming. The proposals are on the way coming. 6 job posted, less than 5. Yeah, of course, my job post is not one of the best. Now, as we wait for proposals, I want to see if there is any question related to Upwork profile. There's something else which I didn't mention. Once you've done your first job in Upwork, yeah, make sure you are always building your reputation. The only way that you can build your reputations in any platform, any freelancing platform, is to deliver high quality work. Nothing else. High quality work, good communication, and your profile, or you'll always be standing out. You'll be having good reputation. Yeah. So let me address questions. Then I will briefly talk about bidding because we have very few minutes left. Patrick, do you have any questions compiled? Okay, fine. So, yeah, what is a good starting point rate for a beginner? As a beginner, nobody is going to trust you with a lot of money. Nobody is going to trust you with big projects. So you're always supposed to start with the small projects. Don't run for big projects. Yeah, do not go for big projects. Start with the small projects, and therefore it means your rates will be low until you start earning. Okay. So maybe as a beginner, as a cloud practitioner, I can say start from a range of 2,000 per hour. That is, let's say $20 per hour, which is approximately 2,800 Kenya shillings. Focus on that. Anzia 20 ukienda mbele. Some of these guys charges even $1,000 per hour to give services. Again, when you become too low, usually clients look at you and say, okay, maybe you don't know what you're doing. If you are dealing with Kubernetes, you're writing Terraforms, writing cloud formation templates and so forth, and your rates is $10 or $15 or very low, clients will charge you and say you're not good in what you're doing or you don't know what you're doing. Another thing that happens is we have different living standards all over the world. We have different living standards. So as somebody from Philippines will not pay you much money compared to somebody from US or UK, for example, or Canada. So they come from different regions. Who are your target clients? Who are you targeting? If you're not targeting Philippines, then your rates will always be high. You're not targeting India, your rates will always be higher. Okay. Now, it doesn't. I don't think in any way rates will also play a big role when it comes to our client hire people. They hire people based on, are they able to solve my problem? That is usually the basis for clients. Does the bidder freelance hourly rate determine their ratings? No, it doesn't. You always discuss with the client, and as you bid for a job, if your rate is $50, for example, and as you bid for the job, you decide that this job is very easy and I can do it with $30. When you're applying for that job, you place it with $30. That is what will come in the contract. Once you sign, you get if you get hired by the client, that will be your rate. It will be $30 per hour. So it doesn't actually affect what you're going to earn or the agreement that you're going to have with the client. So whatever you indicate in your profile is not always fixed. It can always be changed based on the needs of the client and the job. As I told you, the client ni mtu unafaa kupatia heshima yake. That is the guy you should be giving all your attention. Like, your mind should be focused on the client. What is your region? I'm just curious if region plays a bigger role in getting the jobs. To some extent, but the world is evolving. Things are improving. Racism is going down. We have clients who cannot hire somebody from another place. But then if you have compelling skills, there is no way they can deny to give you a job. There is no way. Some even clients comment as they hire you. I don't usually hire people from Nigeria. I don't usually hire people from Kenya. But then in the end, they have hired you, and giving them good experience is what will give you going. Yeah, so there's no more question. Let me refresh and see if I have received any proposal, and we see how the proposals are ranked, and then we go, we'll take you briefly through bidding. You will allow me to take you briefly through bidding, especially for the guys who are new. We have, so far we have received 3 proposals, and let's look at how they have been ranked by the platform. The first guy here. Okay, let me say something here again. that you people should know. When it comes to ranking of proposals, it is not determined by the amount of money you earned. It is not determined by amount of money you earned. That is number one. Number two, it is not determined by how many skills you have. Most of the time, it is determined by your skills. Are your skills matching what the client is posting? And that means you need to take your time again and go back and search for jobs using the titles that you want to use for your professional summary. Okay, just go around, look for the skills that the clients are using to search for jobs and so forth, search for talents and so forth. Now, what ranks these people is the first thing here is somebody. Okay, currently, the first person that will always appear in first when you send proposal and so forth is somebody who has posted their proposal. So the more you post, the more you get highly ranked. So utakuwa wa kwanza. Okay, like your proposal will be the first one to be seen when you are posted. So if there is somebody may post na 15, then you posted with 20, then definitely you're going to be number one, and that guy will be number two. Then after that, assuming two guys posted their proposals, after that, they are going to give to give the other freelancer, or to list the other freelancers based on their matches. Are they matching? Are they matching the skills required? For example, you look at this one. This one posted their proposals, and when you look at it, they don't have, or this lady do not have the skills that I'm looking for. But because I'm a post proposal, amekuja juu ya huyu, who when I look at it closely, this guy have the skills I'm looking for, AWS. This one doesn't have anything to do with AWS. Another thing that I can mention here is, as a freelancer, don't bid for jobs that you don't have those skills. Do not bid. If you don't have skills in your profile related to a job post, there is no need of bidding. You will be wasting your bids. Nobody will ever consider you. So make sure you are bidding for jobs that you have a backup of your proposal. I can refresh and see more proposals that have come. Okay, we can give it time. So let me change and use this profile. Let me take you briefly through that, and then I'll be done. It is taking long. Okay, I hope you can still see my screen here. Now, I told you as you build your profile here, there's always a way to optimize it based on the skills. So I have my profile. Let me click on talent here. Let me click on talent, and I look at the guys that will be rank high in my profile and see what do they have as their skills. So I can come here and search AWS Cloud Engineer, for example. As I told you, clients hawatakuja kutafuta hii AWS Cloud Engineer. They come with the problem itself. In cases where a client want to look for a long-term engagement with you, that is when they will search for AWS Cloud Engineer, AWS Cloud Architect, AWS Cloud Practitioner. That is what they will search if they want a long-term engagement. But they usually come with the problem itself. So for example, AWS Lambda. So those are the words that they will always be using. So you need to optimize your profile to have such. Again, as I said about, I use an example of web development. What is that? Just receive front-end web developer or front-end web developer and specify again the skills there. Yeah, so you can talk about HTML if you are good in it, HTML, CSS, React.js, or React Native, or JavaScript. Just mention the skills that you have. When you talk about backend development, again, you list the skills there. Don't just say web development. There's so many ways in which you can develop a website, including using open source platforms, including using WordPress and so forth. So clients usually search for the specific problem, but then for those that want long-term engagement, they usually come asking for site terms such as AWS Cloud Engineer. So when you search for Cloud Lambda, come here and identify here some of the skills that are there. You look at these skills, what this guy used as their skills. Why is he being ranked high? Okay, and then you look at another guy. Why is he being ranked here, number 2? Why another one comes number 8? And you remember we searched for AWS EC2 instance and we found this guy. He is here again. He's number 2. And then you look at, again, the amount you've earned does not affect this. Okay, when clients are looking for talents, the amount of money that you earned does not affect the ranking. For example, this guy has earned 20,000 and is number 2. This guy has earned 8,000 and is number 3. And this one has earned 10,000 and is number 4. And this one has earned 100,000 and is number 5. So as I said, ni skills umelist hapa, your title here, and the skills that you have here. Again, when you come here closely, there are 27 jobs that this guy maybe have worked on that matches this. So, and the first one here is 12 jobs. But then when you look at this guy listed Lambda as one of the services that they offer. So it matches the job search more than this one here was not listed Lambda in their title. So this one takes more weight than what you describe in your professional description. So 12 jobs, and we come to this guy 27, we come to this one 4, 5, and 3, 94 jobs. When you look at this guy, it is 94 jobs that he's done that matches what we were searching. 94 jobs, but is not the best. He's not ranked number 1 when you search for AWS Lambda. The person who will be ranked number 1 ni mwenye ameandika kwa profile yake. So unakuja hapa unatafuta tu ni kazi gani unataka kufanya. Search for those profiles that usually appears at the top. Identify. Sometimes you can even copy paste but make sure you have the skills. You can come and see the titles of or the skills that they have listed in their profile. Ukuje uangalie zote and then uweke kwa yako. Okay, but make sure uko na backup, so square unafanya kitu ujue. Now when it comes to jobs, let me remove this. So I'll come here and click on find work. Let me click on find work here and then we look at it. So when we have what we have here, usually inalistiwa based on your skills, but you can always search here. So again, you come and search, for example, cloud, AWS cloud, something like that. So there, the things that we mentioned, the do's and don'ts when you are bidding. Don't bid for a job that you don't have skills in. A job that was posted long time ago, you don't bid for it. A job that was that is posted by a client with unverified payment method, although that one you can give a try. A job that doesn't have a verified payment method is again, you don't posted by client with unverified payment method. You don't need to rush into that job. You can do others. Now again, we are searching for jobs. As you can see, these are example of jobs that are listed, looking for expert AWS Terraform resource, configure security. Okay, I think this is the job that I posted. Configure security for my EC2, AWS EC2 instance. Cycle CI to deploy AWS CloudFormation, AWS log file ingesting. As you can see, clients don't come and search for AWS Cloud Engineer or professional, whatever the name. Clients don't come for that. They just post their problem. Yeah. Developer, consultant, cloud solution architect, Kubernetes, microservice, develops engineer. Now, as I said, hapa angalia imepostiwa saa ngapi. Sort always with the newest, not relevance. Post based on the newest. Hii kazi imepostiwa saa ngapi and so forth. Then open the job. Open the job like this. Angalia vizuri ni kitu unaweza fanya ama hapana. Again, kuja hapa chini. How many people have applied? If you don't have any intention of posting it. If there are 50 applicants, just give up and move on with live. If there are 50 applicants already who have applied for that job, even though it looks, it is not a long-term engagement, okay? Oh yeah, it is long-term. It is going to take 6 months. 6 months. So you're competing with 50 people to get that job. If you're not planning to post your application, just forgo this and then apply for others. You are slow. So you need to be very quick in that. Then for guys who are beginners, sometimes you don't go for 100,000 being job and so forth. You can start somewhere there. That is hourly rates, 50, between 10 or even more than 10, and say between. But you can start with this because I've realized some of these jobs, there is a job that you can do in 10 minutes and you're paid for $10 in 1 hour. So you can go for it. Now, when you search for a job like this, you can apply filters. You can apply filters here and say, I want to filter the number of proposals to be 10. So I'll say 5 and 10. So I'll filter that. That is the filters that I can apply. Another thing is I can focus on clients with verified payment only. So I will filter that. You don't need to worry about location. But if there is a location that you don't like, of course, most of these jobs are posted from Europe, US, and Asia. Africa ni kidogo sana. If you are interested also with the time zone, I don't think this should worry you. Okay, this should not worry you. About projects, if you want something that takes a long time, you can also come here and filter, but don't worry about that and the others. Connect also, don't worry about that, and so forth. Now, once you apply those ones, is when you can open the job. And then, okay, after applying the filters based on your title, you can always be refreshing here to get new jobs. Or if you don't want to refresh there, you can always click here. You click here and the latest jobs are displayed in your dashboard. Then you can go for that job that you are interested in. As you apply for the job, again, the focus should be on attracting the attention of the client. So what is very important is the first 2 sentences again of your proposal. If the client asks screening questions, you need to start with that. So when you look at this guy is going to employ you for a long-term engagement. As I said, a client will post for cloud engineer if they want to hire somebody for long-term engagement. But if for short-term engagements, client usually post their problem as it is. I think Patrick, if we'll get time, we'll organize for a bidding session, our bidding session because of time. So as you apply, as I said, you need to attract the attention of the client. So how you attract the attention of the client, one way is to mention their name. Can you imagine you're walking in the street or you're just in your activities and then somebody mentions your name. Hello, Patrick. Then you will get interested to know, how do I know this person? Does this person knows me? Where have we met? And so forth. You'll be interested with that. So usually it is good to try as much as you can to get the attention of the client. These clients with verified payments, most of them have posted 1 or 2 jobs. And when they post a job, and then if the job is completed successfully, you'll always be able to see their names or reviews given by the freelancers. So for example, the first review is usually from the freelancer. When you look at this is the name of this client. Some of them work as a company, or they post jobs as a company, so they have different names and so forth. So you are always supposed to take the latest name. So if the latest job was posted by Rahul, then that is, you should address, or as you apply, address the client as Rahul. If the latest job was posted by another person, of course you can use that name. So I'm trying to look at if there's any so okay, so focus on the latest reviews. So for example, in this case, Rahul Kumar is the client. This is a freelancer. Okay, this is a review given by the client to the freelancer. So the name of this client is Rahul. So you will address this Rahul, and then immediately in your proposal, if the client has posted a problem, for example, go directly to addressing the problem. Address the client with possible solutions, possible ways in which you will tackle that job. How are you going to solve that job? So you don't give everything, so that the client will run away. You don't give everything. Just show the client how you're going to approach it and provide solution within the shortest time possible. Remember, these clients want you to save their time. They want to save their time to focus on other things. They want to save money. They want to get their work done with the highest quality possible and so forth. So remember that in your mind. So so that is it. Let's look at our proposal, and we look at how your proposals zimekuwa ranked kwa the client. So just a minute. So we so I will refresh this page, and we look at the proposals that we have and how have they been ranked. We can repeat another session on proposals. Now, when we look at these, the guys that have posted their proposals ndio wanakuja juu. So huyu amepost proposal yake, pia huyu. So 3 of them will come. Now the 3 wanarangiwa based on the number of connects that they have used. This guy used more connects than this. The same case with this. If they use the same connects, the one who applied first or is comes at the top. So even if their profiles do not match my job description, the skills I want, and so forth, they'll always be ranked high. But you know, that is money playing something, because the more you use connects, the more you spend money. Then the rest are organic. These are guys who have set up their profile accurately. That matches what I'm looking for. You remember I listed my skills, but then this is the default way in which Upwork displays here. But as a client, I still have a way in which I can filter. So I'll come here and say, I want oldest applicants, highest, rated lowest, and so forth. So some of these clients are broke, don't have money, so they will go for the lowest hourly rate, anakuja hapa, and then but that is not always what is going to work. What is going to work here is the best match. That is what the client will focus on. I want somebody to solve my problem, and that is how the job will be. So when we look at the proposals, I'm able to look at the first lines only. Hi sir, I'm Anita Kumar, an AWS certified DevOps engineer. Recently, I have more than 4 years of experience in AWS EC2 instance, and I can help in setting up the Kubernetes cluster on AWS as soon as possible. Thanks for accepting my proposal. Again, hello. I have read your entire job description. I am available now to set up the 10 AWS EC2 instances in the specified regions. When you look at this guy, umeona amekuwa too general. Hapa nimespecify the kwa description ilikuwa nimespecify the EC2 instance that need to be configured. This guy amekuwa very specific. Although amepost proposal yake, it is still fine. As I'm very new to Upwork and I'm looking for work, I'm having 3 years experience with Angular Node.js. Now, as you also write your proposals, wachana na hii maneno ya make errors, grammatical errors. Even your profile, if you have grammatical errors in your profile, you will struggle, especially that our clients come from Europe, and Asians don't mind because they are also not good in English. But then if their clients, they also have plans for their businesses, come from Europe and so forth, they'll focus on make sure you're using the right language. So again, work on your, make sure your profile does not have grammatical errors and those mistakes. I am an I'm a certified AWS solution architect. I have 10 years securing environments. I'd like to offer my help with this project. Let me know your availability for a call to discuss with details. Now, when you look at this guy, of course, he has good experience. He's a client. I may not hire this guy. Somehow, he might have used a bot to generate this. I have 10 years securing environments. I am very specific. I need support to be assisted with setting up EC2 instances, which is AWS. But you see, he just went ahead and mentioned his skills. Certificates doesn't play a lot when it comes to freelancing. Your certificates, your high school, your degree, don't even mention them when you're writing your proposal. Never mention them. Just mention how the client just want to see the value. Some of these people who are working as freelancers did not even go to campus and so forth, but they are doing well here. So just focus on, were you able to solve my problem? Yeah. So don't tell me about your degree. Don't tell me about your certifications. I'll look at that in your profile. Put there in your profile, and then I'll be able to look at that. Greetings of the day, expert in senior server management. I have 8 years experience, and I can help you with your EC2 instance or any other requirements. I provide remote high quality system administration. So when I look at this guy, at least he mentioned his experience. He's also talked about my problem, which is the EC2 instance and so forth. You look at this one now. Hello, I can help you with your issue. Please contact me for further details. Is this really a good proposal? This guy was running with time to be among the first one. Nowadays, Upwork doesn't run based on the time you posted your proposal. Okay, but then as a client, when I post a job, I prefer to sit there and I look at possible proposals that are coming. If I post for a job, I look at them and then I start messaging them quickly because I want solution very fast. So if there are 50 proposals, it is not always a must that when you apply, you will be number 51. You might even appear number 10 after submitting your proposal. But the key thing here is to be quick so that client can notice you, because they post and sit on that computer to hire so that they go for lunch or go and do their things. Okay, thank you. I'm going to stop there. I know time is gone. I have added about 20 minutes. I will stop there and then I address your questions as we finish up. Yeah, you can apply. Oh, yeah, there's somebody who wanted to see Kenyans. Okay, fine. I will do that. Does having a professional verified certification help you get rank higher in searches? Yeah, if the professional certification, it is going to add the list of the keywords that you have. So if you're going to have, again, if you have any professional certificate, make sure you add it to your profile, because I look into your profile after checking your proposals and so forth. Now, when they are searching for freelancers, it does improve your optimization. It does, because you listed there and the name of certification is part of the keywords that improves your profile. Is it generally better to revive a dormant account with all the suggestions given, or to start with a new account? Not the dormant account is called or has never earned any money. Now, when a dormant account that was created long time ago has never earned anything, and it has not been verified, you can close it and open another one. I prefer so. What I have learned lately about Upwork is, if you have a dormant account, let's say you created an account in 2019 and it has been dormant all through, then in 2023 you decide to change the profile. Okay, you decide to change your Upwork profile to reflect the services, or to change completely what you offer in your profile. The profile will still be treated with the as offering services in ulieka 2019, which is a challenge. Clients will not be able to recognize your profile. In fact, when you look at the job suggestions that you are getting, it's like the old one, even though you've changed your profile. So I usually prefer that maybe you can start it afresh. Can we apply for the job you posted? Yeah, you can try. And then I look at your proposal. If there is no other question, I'm sorry I've taken a lot of your time, more than 20 minutes. That is, I didn't know it is going to take long. I think, Patrick, you can organize for a bidding session on its own, then I get this summarized.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. All right. Thank you so much, Meshack, for that informative session. Makofi kwa Meshack. Round of applause. Very nice. Naona makofi zinakuja. So thank you very much for that session. I hope we have picked some key learnings from that session. Now let us go forth and implement this in our Upwork accounts and start going for those jobs. As Meshack has requested, in the very near future, we are going to have another session for proposals and bidding, where he will now have sufficient time to just go through proposals and then also do and also take us through the bidding process. So I hope what we have at the moment is an introduction, which we can still work with. And also in one of our other future sessions, we are likely going to have a session where we will be bringing you success stories from guys within our community who have been able to go into these freelancing platforms and gotten jobs. And actually one of them even landed what we can call a long-term contract. So if you do it right, and actually he is one of the beneficiaries of the very, very first trainings that were held by Janet and Meshack. So if you go out and implement what we are learning here, don't be surprised. You might be one of those people who we will be featuring in the future as a success story. So from us here at CloudForce, we want to thank you very, very much for having time to be with us in our webinar. And we invite you in advance for our next webinar next week. So come prepared, come ready. Check us out through our handles. On YouTube, we are CloudForceSky. On LinkedIn, we are CloudForceSky. So follow us on both platforms. The recording to this video will be posted on our YouTube. And then any communication regarding any future webinars or anything that you are doing as a community will be communicated via our LinkedIn. So do follow us, and we hope you got value today and you will continue getting value. So you are free to leave. Thank you for being patient with us. We have overshot in time, but do have a wonderful evening and a blessed remainder of your week. Bye-bye.